I know I cannot be the only one that thinks LinkedIn absolutely sucks. Like, we just have to just really call it what it is. Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Jackie and I talk about everything about building a business, living life, and just being ultimately happy and making money while you can. But today we are just going to talk about LinkedIn. Y'all, I don't know what's going on with LinkedIn, but it has turned into something that really ain't even it. First of all, you have all of these weird ass recruiters coming at you saying, hey, I viewed your profile, and y'all know what I'm talking about, those bot recruiters. I viewed your profile and it looks great. All these robotic emails, and send me your resume. Okay, pause. Why do you need my resume when you clearly see my profile? It shows exactly what you need. Like, stop with all these stupid ass emails. Then you have people pouring out their whole entire life. Like, we're talking about, like, this is Instagram or Facebook. Yes, I get it. People lose their job. I lost my job. But that is not a platform to do that type of stuff on. So I don't know. And then a new one. Here goes my GoFundMe. Here goes my Cash App. And I know y'all know what I'm talking about. Like, it is like super cringe and just like not it. But today I'm just going to talk about, although LinkedIn is, so many things that is just not good, I still believe LinkedIn has hope. And the only reason why I'm saying that is because this is coming from myself, and I am an avid user of LinkedIn, and I can tell you all of my opportunities that I have gotten since I got laid off from my job has came through LinkedIn. So I'm just going to offer up some suggestions. If you want it, I'm not trying to tell you how to use LinkedIn. I'm just telling you what works for me, and how I'm able to maneuver through LinkedIn and still get opportunities, even though we all know that they be putting out ghost positions and half the stuff is fake. But so let's get right into the video. So let's just start off by understanding what we have to think of it as. You have to think of it like your profile is literally a storefront. People are coming to you, which is the product. You are selling yourself. So everything on your profile needs to align with that. I'm talking about from the tagline. I'm talking about from your jobs, your about section. All of that has to be filled out correctly. So let's just talk about the first part, your tagline. Your tagline should say exactly what you are doing. So for instance, I'm a change manager. I also founded 2 companies. So my tagline says to ex-founder, because I found 2 companies, and I am a payroll and change manager. And what I do, I help people explore opportunities beyond a 9-to-5, because that's what I do. But that is very strategic, because you want to make sure that whatever you do, in my case, change management, is in the tagline. And this is going to bring me to my next point. Optimize, optimize, optimize. But what does that really mean? Everybody always says, optimize this, optimize this. No. You have to look at whatever industry you are in. I am in the payroll space. I am in the change management space. And whatever keywords they are using for that industry, you want to make sure that you fill out that about section. I'm not saying stuff it with a whole bunch of words, but you want to make sure that you have relevant keywords in your about section. So for instance, in change management, they're always speaking about the ADKAR, ADKAR, okay? And that's a methodology, a change management methodology. So I'm going to make sure that that is in my about section. I'm going to make sure it's in my section where there's jobs. I'm going to make sure I mention it. I'm going to mention the word methodology. I'm going to mention the word change. I'm going to mention the word readiness assessment, all of these different things. And since I'm also in the implementation space, which clearly aligns with change management, I'm going to mention things like parallel testing, sit testing. You get what I'm talking about? So you just want to make sure that whatever your target job is, even though you are working that job, you want to make sure the description is truly, truly filled out. And I just want to pause right here. I am not an LinkedIn expert. I am not trying to be, but I'm just offering advice on how I go about navigating LinkedIn. And now you might see me look down because I'm actually looking at my LinkedIn right now. So one of the next things that you want to do is make sure that when it comes to jobs, never hit easy apply. I know. Who wouldn't want to hit easy apply, and it's so easy to apply? Do not do that, because you're going to notice when you hit easy apply, it's going to be about 100, 200, 300 people that already didn't click that button. Y'all, do the extra work. Go outside of LinkedIn. Now, what you can use LinkedIn for when you go to those jobs, you can use it to gain insight on the job, especially if you have a mobile phone. You can go inside of LinkedIn and you will be able to see the different analytics around that job. And you'll be able to see if you can even compete with the job. I use that all the time, and I'm telling you, it works. So what I would do is I would go in, find the job. I was like, oh, okay, I'll do analytics insight, and it will tell you, hey, you rank, you have a high possibility of getting called back. You are a top applicant. It's a little bar that comes up, and depending on what LinkedIn is saying, I would go right to that company website, because one thing we're trying to also do, we want to make sure that that is truly a job. And this is not some made up thing, because we all know LinkedIn is good for having these jobs that are not real. So we're going over to the website, number one, to check, is this a real job and it's not expired, and to see what that company is about. Because most of the time when you click easy apply, I mean, some of these companies, I mean, I know for me, I never heard of, but I want to actually go see what this company is about. I want to see their culture. I want to see what type of benefits. I'm not just giving up information to who knows what, and it's just going into the LinkedIn atmosphere, because that's exactly what you're doing. They're just getting your information, compiling it, and sending it, but no one really knows where that information is going. Now, I know there might be some people say, oh no, it does go over here. But look, no, I go straight to the source. Thank you, LinkedIn, for finding this job. And I apply directly through there. Now, once that happens, what I do use LinkedIn for is who is on that job. Now, if there's any recruiters out there, they'll probably be like, oh, well, no, don't do this. But I'm telling you, this is exactly what I do. I find the recruiter for that job, for that particular job. And I write a personalized message. And this brings me to the next point. Don't wait on people to come to you. Talk about recruiters. You have to go to the recruiters. especially if you don't want any like bots coming through and stuff like that. No, once I apply for a job or once I see a job that I am interested in, I am looking up who that recruiter is. And I am putting myself in front of that recruiter like, hey, okay, I seen XYZ job and I'm interested. If you haven't had a chance, here is my profile. And I welcome a call with you, blah, 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 at XYZ time. It doesn't have to be something extravagant. It is just something that I use, and it definitely works. That's how I got my first position. I made a whole video about that, and you guys can go check that out. So another way that I use LinkedIn is I use it as for what it is. Like, it is literally a tool, y'all. Like, I can't explain it any other way. Like, use LinkedIn for what it is. It is a job board site. It's a site where you can network with different people. And that's exactly what I do. I go out, I look at people that are in the industry. Should I connect with them? Should I not connect with them? I send them personalized emails. Yes, I know we're in a world of AI and we can send AI emails, but sometimes no. If you really want to get someone, send them a legit email. Don't send no AI email. You just simply, it doesn't even have to be something extravagant. You go on their page, you say, hey, you look at something that you're interested in that you can connect on, and you send a message. Hey, I noticed such and such thing about you. And we're in the same industry. You look up if you have any connections. And then once you do that, you connect with that person. Now, if you want to take it to this another step, we can do that also. And this brings me to my next point. I have a portfolio and I have a website. I am a strong proponent that your resume does not tell the full story. You need something else in order to help you with your story. I made another video on that and I'll link it down below, but you need something else to help market you. And that is exactly how, when I reach out to these individuals, I link and tag my website, because you always want to think about it. You are marketing yourself. You are marketing yourself. Yes, you're having a conversation, but you always want to make sure that you are at the forefront. And hey, just to let you know, this is about me, without coming off as, super cringe and what is going on. But that has worked so much. I can't tell you how many times people have said, oh my gosh, this is a really great portfolio, or a one pager, because I have a one pager. Like, this is really great. This really explains what you're doing. And if any of y'all are interested in the one pager, just let me know and say, I'm interested in the one pager, and we can have a conversation about that. But that is what I send along with an email. And sometimes I hear things back. Sometimes I don't. But a lot of times I do. And it may not turn into an opportunity, but you want to make sure that you cultivate and work on that relationship to make sure that it can turn into an opportunity. And the reason why I say that is because I did that, other opportunities came from that opportunity. So that is definitely a way to do it. Speaking of cultivating a relationship on LinkedIn and reaching out to recruiters and being proactive, this is one of those situations that literally just happened while I'm filming the video. The recruiter reached out. I sent a message yesterday, and now we have a call that is going to be scheduled and set up for this coming Friday.
And I just wanted to know, like, this is a full-time permanent role with Bamara. So I just want to know, like, what about your salary expectation at the moment? or like what salary you're looking for?
I would definitely want to be towards the higher top of the range since I already exceed that range.
So
Yeah.
your profile is definitely a great fit, and as per like 7 or 8 years of experience, we can definitely go on a higher side, and I'm good to go. I'm forwarding your profile to the team. Okay.
Okay. All right. No problem. So, y'all, I am not joking when I say things like this. Like, this is exactly how it happens. You have to be willing to get out your comfort zone and everything like that. Because if you don't, y'all, you will miss out. Like, it couldn't have worked out any better than to film this video while I got a call. Like who would have ever thought that? But I'm gonna insert this snippet so y'all can see and you will see what happens. So ain't no lies over here, no lies being told. But let's get back to the video. Another way you can utilize LinkedIn is like utilize they have a feature where you can upload videos. You could do like LinkedIn shorts, like kind of similar to YouTube shorts. I use that. I love that. So it's little quick bites of like who you are. People will understand your personality and everything like that. I use that all the time. And not to mention, I said it in a couple of different videos. I reach out to people who have LinkedIn podcasts. I am putting myself out there. So that's another way. If you really want to grow and have people know who you are on LinkedIn and make a noise, that's exactly what you got to do. You have to make a noise on LinkedIn. You have to use it for what it is, and people have to know that you're there. You can't be afraid and just wait on things to come, because I'm going to be honest, I did that and things just did not come. And it wasn't until I switched up my strategy and then all of a sudden I started getting all of these different people coming to me on LinkedIn, all these recruiters reaching out. And I really took the time to study how to optimize my LinkedIn profile. I capitalized on AI. I went to what other people had. I looked up jobs to do it. So what are jobs looking for? Making sure that it's in there, getting rid of any of the fluff things that don't matter, making sure that each of the different companies I work for, there is a link to them and stuff like that, making sure that my profile picture was on point. And that's another thing. You want to make sure your profile picture is not something super weird. Like this is, I keep going back. This is not Instagram and this is not Facebook. This is a professional, and I use professional because I don't know what it has turned into, but this is supposed to be a professional platform, and you need to show up like, yes, I am that person. Yes, I am going to get the work done, and I am that girl or that guy if you're a guy and that's watching. So it's really about having the confidence and putting yourself out there and putting in the work to make LinkedIn work for you. That is the key. You have to make LinkedIn work for you. And this is just not just LinkedIn. This is anything that you deal with. There is no one-all solution that will just like, oh, help me get a job. LinkedIn alone is not going to just help a person get a job. Yeah, you might have connected with someone because of your profile on LinkedIn, but in general, you have to put in the work. And if someone is saying that you don't have to put in the work, that's just not true, and that's not being truthful. And we really need to stop that narrative. So, I said a lot to say this. Overall, LinkedIn still does work, although it is going to a place where I think it should not go. And if you really come up with a strategy and do some of these things, that, at least some of them that I'm listing in this video, then I really think that you could be successful on LinkedIn. That brings me to the end of this video. I have to move on to the next in line, but I just wanted to sit here and just tell y'all what I do and how I'm able to navigate LinkedIn. And I will link my LinkedIn down below so you guys can definitely see what I'm talking about. And let me know in the comments down below if you used any of these strategies. What other strategies are you using on LinkedIn to help secure opportunities? And until next time, you guys, peace out.